Are you like many Bitcoiners, the more that you know, the more that you want to buy? And how's that process been for you personally?
Absolutely, man. I say to people generally, in order for you to understand Bitcoin, you need to put in 100 hours. And then what I also say to them, it's one of those
Yeah,
things that
so
at
true.
first it's very hard to see, but then it's impossible to unsee once seen. And that's
Yeah.
Parker Lewis's quote. So I often use that too, because I say to people like, look, it is going to take a while for you to understand this, but once you've seen it, it's pervasive. It's impossible not to see it. I think it is a very different thing, Jake. It is a very different thing. It's an ideological thing in addition to being an incredible investment. I came for the greed, I stayed for the revolution. It's kind of cliche, but it is the truth. I
Yeah.
think that we're the last ideological set of Bitcoiners. So
Okay.
from what I've studied is that in the Gartner hype cycle or the technology adoption curve, I think that we're not the early majority. We're actually like the late majority. I think 2020 was the late majority, and now, um,
Really? Do you
we're
actually think that?
beginning. We're the beginning
Wow.
of the late majority. We're the beginning of the late majority, and
Okay.
I think that, and I think this particular chunk is where the vast majority of adoption is going to occur. But I think going forward, like people from today onwards, I'm not convinced that they are going to become Bitcoiners. I think there's a difference between investing in Bitcoin, owning Bitcoin, and then becoming a Bitcoiner,
Mm.
which is almost like the number go up and the freedom go up aspect. Because you and I both identify with that and don't want to be told what to do. And we've got these
Yeah.
disagreeable qualities and et cetera, that we've discussed in the past. But yeah, so I'm not sure where I was going with that, but at the end of the day, I just feel like this next cohort is going to be a very different type of allocator. And I think what we are like, to illustrate, I think we're going to find a sovereign or two or five within the next 5 years allocating by the trillions,
Mm.
because it makes absolute sense. And it will be those who are currently least benefiting from the current geopolitical landscape.
And I'm smirking because maybe that's when we decide to hang up our boots from our public arena Bitcoin podcast. We're like, see ya.